All right, let's talk about one of the most famous equations in all of science, Newton's second law. But what if I told you that the simple version we all learned in school, F equals ma, has a hidden catch? A catch so big it could literally cause a multi-million-dollar rocket mission to completely fail. Let's crack this thing wide open.
So let's start with a puzzle. Imagine you're a brilliant engineer, right? You're on a huge space mission. You use good old F equals ma to plot the rocket's flight path. But the launch is a disaster. The rocket is way off target. How is that even possible? I mean, Newton can't be wrong, can he? This is the mystery we are going to solve today. Okay, so to figure out what went wrong with our rocket, we first need to get a really solid grip on the version of the law we all know and think we love. So let's do a quick refresher on the relationship between force, mass, and acceleration.
What this really boils down to are two super simple ideas. First, the more force you apply to something, the more it's going to accelerate. And second, the more massive that thing is, the less it's going to accelerate when you apply that same force. And of course, there's a famous way to write that down.
And here it is, the one you've seen a million times. F equals ma. Force equals mass times acceleration. This little equation is the tool that lets us calculate the motion of pretty much everything around us.
Let's make this feel real. Imagine your car breaks down. If you just push it gently, it barely creeps forward, right? That's low force, low acceleration. But if you get your buddy to help and you both push with everything you've got, the car actually starts to pick up some speed. More force, more acceleration. See? Simple.
Okay, now what about mass? Imagine using that same powerful push, but on a bicycle instead of that heavy car. What happens? That bike is going to take off like a rocket. Even though the force is exactly the same, the bicycle's tiny mass means it gets way more acceleration. So let's just lock this in. Force and acceleration go together. One goes up, the other goes up. Mass and acceleration are opposites. One goes up, the other goes down. This is the bedrock, the foundation of the F equals ma world. But here comes the twist. The F equals ma equation that we've just been talking about, it's actually a simplified version. It's a special case of a much deeper, more fundamental law. And to really understand it, we need to introduce a secret ingredient, momentum.
So what is momentum? You can just think of it as mass in motion. It's about how much stuff is moving and how fast it's moving. A heavy bowling ball rolling slowly could have the same momentum as a super fast baseball. And you just calculate it by multiplying the object's mass times its velocity.
Now this is the real deal. This is the law as Newton actually wrote it. The big idea here is that a force is about the change in momentum. A force doesn't just create acceleration, it changes an object's total mass in motion.
So how do we get from this, true law back to our friend F equals ma? Well, let's walk through it. We start with force being the change in momentum over time. Simple enough. Then we swap in what momentum is, mass times velocity. And then, here it is, the most important part. We make a huge assumption. We assume the mass of the object doesn't change. Once you do that, the math falls into place. And what's left is just the definition of acceleration. And boom, F equals ma.
And now we have it. We have the key. That one tiny assumption that mass is constant is exactly what we need to finally solve that rocket mystery from the beginning. So let's go back.
Just think about it for a second. Is a rocket's mass constant? No way! As that thing is soaring into the sky, it is burning and shooting out thousands of pounds of fuel every single second. Its mass is dropping like a rock. It is what we call a variable mass system.
So, there it is. That's the solution to our puzzle. For objects where the mass stays the same, like a box, a car, a golf ball, F equals ma works perfectly. But for things where the mass is changing, like a rocket spitting out fuel, that formula will fail you. In those situations, you have to go back to the original, more fundamental law. Force is the rate of change of momentum. And that's why our rocket mission failed.
Okay, so even though F equals ma has this one major exception, let's be real, it's still an incredibly powerful and useful tool for almost all everyday situations. So let's put it to the test with a classic physics problem, just to see it in action. Here's our setup. We've got a 10-kilogram box. Someone is pushing it to the right with 32 newtons of force, but at the same time, friction is pushing back to the left with 7 newtons. The question is, what's the box's acceleration?
Now, hang on. Before we just start plugging numbers into F equals ma, we have to remember something crucial.
The F in that equation stands for the net force. That's the total, the sum of all the forces acting on the thing. So what's the overall force here, since these two are pushing in opposite directions?
Exactly. You've got 32 newtons going one way and 7 newtons fighting against it. So you just subtract them. 32 minus 7 leaves us with a net force of 25 newtons pointing to the right.
Okay, now we're ready for F equals ma. We plug in our net force of 25 newtons, we know the mass is 10 kilograms, and a little bit of quick algebra tells us that the acceleration must be 2.5 meters per second squared. See, by finding the net force first, we get the right answer.
So we've seen how forces cause things to accelerate, but this brings up another one of Newton's famous laws. You know the one. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. If you push on a wall, the wall pushes back on you with the exact same force. So how does anything ever start moving in the first place? Well, that's a puzzle for another day.